What is up, everybody? Welcome to DFW Metal Mayhem, the most brutal podcast in the Metroplex. I am Archer. My co-host is
Levyon.
Unless he changes his name or his sexual orientation. All right, gonna move right along. 2 weeks in a row, we are sacrificing goats.
Yes.
Satan Almighty was here last week, and now we have Wyrm Chasm. 3/4 of Wyrm Chasm. How the fuck are you guys doing?
Good.
Hell yeah. Unfortunately, Patrick could not make it today. Sad face, but it's okay. So, why don't we get the history of Wyrm Chasm? Get out your notes for taking the quiz, motherfuckers.
The history started with. It was. I wrote these couple of tracks, and my buddy Steve here, he was out of rooms of the evening. And I was like, okay, so this guy is not playing music right now. So let me take advantage. Let me send these tracks to Steve and see if he likes it. He's down to get on this. And send him the tracks. He liked them, and he's like, yeah, man, let's get started. So at the time, it was me and Patrick. We were just the two guitarists, and then Steve was like, I'll jump in. He's like, I'll find a drummer. I'll find everyone else. So just don't worry about it. He found Brandon on the ball. And Brandon never played black metal or never played that style of music. He's straight death metal, and he just pretty much came in and he did really good. And he actually learned how to play a little slower and a little different tempo. So it's like we actually learned a lot from playing some black metal.
I was gonna say we taught him like an actual lot. He was pretty uncomfortable at first. Like he couldn't 1 foot blast and all this kind of stuff. And with Steven being Mr. Slave Driver over here, he got it pretty quick, and he turned out to be really good.
Yeah, and then he moved up to
Tennessee.
Tennessee, that's right.
He got with a very awesome girl.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when are they getting married? Have they set a date?
Yeah, it's in July. And she's originally from Tennessee.
Okay.
And Brandon was just tired of the hubbub of Dallas. So the opportunity to move back to Tennessee for her happened, and Brandon was with her. We were without a drummer for a month, something like that. And I talked to Buddy. And at first, Buddy actually told me no.
No.
Get that shit out here.
See if I can do it.
And I was heartbroken. But about a week later, he said, yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah, I remember at I think it was the psychiatric regurgitation CD release. Is when I found out that you were gonna start playing with them, and you're like, dude, it's so hard to play slow. It's to play slower.
I feel like my hands are, but the feet are non-stop, man. Like it's fast, but the tempo is like slower than my natural pulse of playing drums.
I mean,
So it's probably similar to Brandon. I had to like slow my brain down a little bit, but speed my feet up. It was weird.
And that's just what you did when you play in psychiatric regurgitation and iron destruction.
Yeah.
And because you're so used to just belting that shit out, and then fuck, I should have made that just fuck off. But thank God I'm just a vocalist. Jesus Christ. I think anything else would like make my brain explode. But I think the first time I saw you guys was actually the first time I've ever been to Reno's, and it was when I was recovering from my ACL knee surgery. So I had that like brace on that day. I don't know if y'all remember. And like I was like, because I was like sitting bored at home and like super depressed because like I was on a machine that like moved my knee for me like 6 hours every day, and I had to do it, otherwise I'd have knee lock and be fucked for life. And then Nathan's like, hey, you want to go to a local metal show? I'm like, a local metal show? Those exist? What? Because I was completely oblivious to the local scene, except for like maybe like 3 bands.
So that was your first local metal show?
That was like my first actual local show. I think it was you guys, Tyrannosaurus, and I forget everyone else.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
But and And it was funny because like before that, like I never really listened to black metal before. Like I was already diving in pretty hard into like death metal, like brutal death metal at that point. But like, I never like went into black metal because I just knew no one would listen to it. And so Nathan was like, oh yeah, these guys are black metal. I'm like, oh okay, cool. I gotta find out what this black metal thing is. And like I dug it. It was cool as shit. And but I got really drunk.
Well, I think it was also because you're taking your medication.
Yeah, I took a hydrocodone before I came to the show, and because like my knee was like on fire, and then like his girlfriend at the time gave me like 2 or 3 shots throughout the night.
Yeah, she liked to push alcohol on people.
and I was just like, what is life right now? But like I still remember that was like a really good show. So like. This is like where it all started for me right here.
Yeah, and and a side note is like with Steven, Runes of the Evening was kind of my entry into the local scene, and I actually saw them before I even realized that I saw them. It was at the Cataclysm show.
Oh yeah.
That was at Trees back in 2012, something like that. And they opened up for him. And then later on, I found out they played that show. I'm like, holy shit! But yeah, so Steven, you know, he sent me because you're thinking about starting up Vitality again, and he sent me like a track that just had the like drum machine and guitars, and that's pretty cool. And then later, I asked you about it, and you're like, no, I'm not gonna do that. And I have something else I'm working on. I'm like, awesome. So I've had the privilege of seeing these guys kind of grow and mature, you know, in a way, you know, it's because it's when did you guys start? It was like 2015.
2 years ago.
15, yeah.
2 years. We played our first show 2 years ago, May.
Yeah.
Damn, really? I thought it had been longer. It's crazy.
Our first show was May 8th of 2015.
So it's been really fun seeing them come up with new songs and get their EP out and all that kind of stuff. So
one thing I wanted to talk about is like because you know like our local scene's huge and we got like a lot of like directions and whatnot. You got TXTM bands, you got like the 7 or 8 thrash metal bands. I think the most interesting part of our scene is the black metal scene because the black metal like extreme doom metal scene because like there's like all these like different ways that like people perceive it and like make it. Like you guys are pretty straight up in it like and like slowed down, but then you get someone like Sparrows who's like a lot more melodic. Then you get that one band with 7 goddamn members in it. That I don't know what they're doing, but it's good. It sounds good. And then that one band with the guy with the saxophone, like it's just like I don't know. I think
talking about Blancaster.
Yeah, that was a little more atmospheric.
Yes, that was so like it was like I think it was like one song that was just like 30 minutes long.
Yeah, like it went on forever, and he made the saxophone sound so much like it was almost like a guitar in a way, you know. And it sounded really good.
But no, yeah. So like I personally think like the black metal bands and like our scene are like the most creative and like push out like the things that like intrigue the most minds. So like I mean when you guys played, because did y'all debut a song like at the Denton show or play a new one?
Yeah, they played a new one.
Yeah, that
that one was really good.
Yeah, I was like, oh holy shit. So yeah, so
newer, yeah.
They're all new to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I
The
have
one that's not on EP.
Yeah, that thing.
So what influences do you have like in writing like the music for Wyrm Chasm? And like
It's gotta be
artists,
icy.
bands?
I mean, as far as like music-wise, like guitars and bands that influence my writing, like I'm really big on Inquisition. The way Dagon writes, I love his riffs, his atmospheres that he creates. Blue Dot Snore, the melodies from Blue Dot Snore, and a lot of old school, like old school.
Old school.
Like Take and Dawn, like we covered Dawn.
Yeah.
And yeah, a lot of that 90s black metal dissection.
Those were the good old days right there.
I feel like Vindir is another great one that I really like a lot.
I feel like there's a lot of like modern influence as well in
Yeah.
bands like Winterfell and stuff like that.
I know, I can never fucking pronounce it. It's that German band.
Dirtbag Iron
Yeah, he's always listening to them.
Yeah, that band rules.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, but yeah, writing the guitars, I mean, I pull influences from that. I kind of add a little, I have some psychedelic parts in there, because, you know, like, it's kind of psychedelic music too. So
Yeah.
I like to keep little interesting lyric things going on sometimes. I still give it that melodic drive.
Yeah,
So,
I gotcha. And who writes the lyrics?
me and Steven, like I have ideas, and I
Mhm.
write to him, you know, and then he'll elaborate on them, or sometimes he'll just write lyrics for songs. Me and him kind of work together on that.
And the lyrics he writes, sometimes like it might not fit the vision or the patterns that I have.
Mm.
So I'll take the way that he writes them and break it up to the pattern that I think needs to be in the song.
Yeah.
I have to do that too with Nick, because because Nick also has like a lot of lyrics that like he sends me, and like I have to like well, I mean, it's not really the direction I'm going, so I kind of like try to like revise a little bit, but try to get like the same sense out of it, which is actually a lot more difficult than I thought it would be. Because, you know, but it's also cool at the same time to have merging minds together, because like it's cool to have like a more encompassing vision, because you don't want someone like just writing everything, because then they'll feel like they're overworked, or like they'll be like everyone else isn't pulling in their part or whatever.
And it becomes stagnant, things
Mm-hmm.
start to sound repetitive.
Yeah.
One person is
More
doing
people
it.
writing, it's a little more fresh and yeah.
So currently, you guys have an EP out right now. 4 songs or 5? I can't remember. It's 4. Okay, yeah, really solid. I think Eyes of Duality is my favorite off that one. But I say that, but then like when I think about it, like the first songs of most EPs and demos and albums I have are my favorite. But like, it's a really good like intro, like opening up like to the EP. So when was that released again?
July.
June, yeah, July 2015.
And that was just to get something out there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So we had 4 songs, and the band actually started in March. I came back from Europe with Psychiatric.
Oh, that's right, you're doing
And,
vocals for him.
And we had been practicing a little bit before that,
Mm-hmm.
but after I came back, we really started practicing hard and got all the songs down really tight and recorded that EP with Zach from Wildspeaker.
Yeah, that's right.
So we got that recording out relatively quickly after the formation of the band.
Hmm. Yeah, that was what, like 3-4 months, something like that. Yeah.
That's pretty quick. Pumping it out.
We recorded our demo. We recorded our demo and finished it, I believe, like 4 days before our debut show.
And they did a very raw, because they just recorded it in the garage with, you know, they just mic'd up all their
24
stuff.
mix, like a 24 fucking part mix was like this wide, and like just like a bunch of like real mics and shit.
Man,
Sounds-
sounds.
Exactly.
I just wanted that raw sound with a crash, you know.
That's all you need. You don't need to overproduce that.
No way.
It's very similar how we recorded.
Exactly.
We recorded in our jammer.
Oh, yeah.
Zach brought a laptop, some mics. That's where we recorded. We did each individual instrument. It was all in our jammer.
Hmm.
Oh yeah. That's how it should be done. Especially
Technology's so crazy now, man. You can do that anywhere, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yep. And now
That's awesome.
and now you have a lot of people in the scene, like a lot, like I don't know if y'all get it a lot, but I've been getting it a shit ton recently, where like people like, hey man, I record demos and CDs, and like I get like all these offers and shit like all the time. And it's like, it's so hard to keep up with because you want to shop around, but at the same time, there's just so many people doing like all these things. Like, hey, if you like need a music video done, this guy does it, but this guy and 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 this guy also do it, and they'll also message your page. It's like, fuck, how do you keep up with all that if y'all ever running with that? Because I have that problem.
Yeah, we get a lot of messages too, man. Artwork.
Yeah, a lot of the artists.
Yeah,
Constant.
T-shirt design. So I just keep it in a bank, and it's like, whenever I need one of these guys, we're gonna hit them up, you know.
Just put them in like a random number organizer, be like, okay, boom. All right, number 12. We're gonna message him back. Also, one thing I wanted to get into was this guy looks vaguely familiar to you. This is the guy who will beat you up at Reno's if you act out of line. Is that the way to say it?
No, I don't want to beat anybody.
I don't want to beat anybody up.
Lay down the hammer, just like the hammer falls asleep.
There you go.
I'll make sure you're safe and occasionally pour you some drinks.
There you go.
Make sure you have a good time.
There you go. And make sure that pit's safe. I kind of do that, but I kind of sometimes don't too. So that's why he's here. To make sure that I don't fuck people up, I guess.
So I guess one thing I would like to talk about is I know both of you have been in previous bands, and you know I know you're in quite a few bands at the moment. But have you been in any?
Back when I first started playing local music was 2010. I was in a band called DFW It was kind of like at the gate scene, like Dollar Burner, like melodic death band. That's during the time Rooms was playing a lot.
Yeah.
So I became a big fan. We actually shared pro rehearsals. We always hanging out.
Oh yeah.
So and Melora too. Melora.
That's the same as Melora.
Yeah, it was Melora too. Yeah. So.
Huh.
So then I was in that band for a few years, and that kind of just didn't go anywhere. And then I was in another band with my buddies in Fort Worth, Ryan and Nicola. It was kind of like a Catatonia style band. It's called Bleed Within. So I was going for it. We were there for a few years, and then that didn't go anywhere. So then I just said, you know what, I'm just continue my own project and just write what I actually want to play. That's what so I was just in two bands before.
Yeah. Huh. All right. And I know because Steven, I've seen pictures back when he was a lot younger and shorter hair and. But yeah.
A lot of bands.
Yeah. Like when did you first start doing local stuff?
Derek and I started Walls Guard in 2013. No, I'm sorry, 2003, not 13.
Oh yeah, I was at the same like.
And that band ended up becoming Derek and I did Rooms.
Yeah.
I was not shit.
And the other guys they went on to do Evoke. Both guitar players from Evoke were in a band with Derek and I.
Okay.
Then after that, I did Vitality and tons of death metal bands. Then 2010, we started Rooms.
Okay. All right. And what about you, buddy?
Man, I started off playing in an instrumental band with a couple of my buddies, Arlington.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't really play much. We played like Dream World and like some bars here and there, but it was fun. It was like proggy rock stuff. But after that, I got in, I guess it was like a sludgy death metal band with this guy Blake, and then this guy Cody, who plays for Cleric.
Okay.
Cody Tatum. And that's how I ended up meeting all these guys actually, because that band broke up, and then Cody joined Cleric, and he knew that the guys from Ruins needed a drummer. So he hit me up for that project, and then pretty much when I was going to join Ruins, it like fell apart. So I was like, all right, I guess that's not going anywhere. And so Tyler from Ruins hit me up and said Dylan in Psychiatric needed a drummer, and Mud with I'm Destruction needed a drummer. So I started playing with both of them around the same time. And then I guess a couple of years playing with them. And then I'd seen Steven at Reno's all the time, playing with Psychiatric, started getting to know him, and then when Brandon left, he hit me up, started jamming.
All right, cool.
Has Steven convert you to Herbalife? Hashtag Herbalife?
No, he's trying, man. He's trying hard, and I give him props. He's doing his thing, but I'm not into that stuff.
We love you, but we're fucking with you.
Herb for life,
Yeah, boy. I just thought that. At first, I thought that meant smoke a shit ton of weed. I'm not gonna lie.
I actually remember at a Wyrm show, I think it was Derek and some other people were passing around a vaporizer, and I didn't know that they had weed vaporizers, and so they're passing around like, you want some? I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. It's kind of weird that you're passing around a vaporizer. Then I saw the beat symbol on it, and I'm like, oh, ha ha ha. So I took a big ass hit, and I was like, oh god. But yeah, it's because I know both of you smoke, right? Well, I know you do.
I cannot confirm nor deny that.
I plead the fifth.
America.
America.
I think you guys bring like a really good atmosphere, and when I say that, most bands, you know, like when you go up like work and shit, if you don't specify what you specifically want with lighting, it's just anything and everything that the guy just feels like doing. Just like, oh, now you're getting red, green, blue, purple, like strobe, flash, whatever. But like,
That shit fucks me up.
I know, but like you guys always had like blue or like it seems like blue, but
Yeah, blue. A lot of blue. Yeah.
sometimes I thought it was purple. But like you know, on stage, you're very soft spoken, and like the moment you start playing, it's just like hard hitting, and it's kind of like
Kind of takes you back a little bit.
It's kind of like
whoa.
yeah, it's kind of like speak softly but carry a big stick in black metal, I guess. And I think that's what I personally think that's what like your best quality is as a band when it comes to like just like anything outside of the music realm. It's just like you guys have like a really awesome presence. Because presence doesn't have to be me jumping around stage with a bow and hopping in a mosh pit like I do at my shows. It can just be just straight up, just like get on, do your shit, no bullshit about it. And I think you guys should do it really well.
Yeah, we definitely strive to set a mood when we play.
Mm-hmm.
With hence the blue lights and all this kind of stuff. I don't talk a lot between songs. It's not necessarily being a character. I want people to feel the music, you know?
Yeah, you want it to be about the
Yeah,
music.
it's like an experience.
Yeah,
You want it
and
to, like,
I feel like if I start talking about, hey, go drink and all this kind of stuff, it's gonna kill the mood that we're going for.
Yeah,
We can talk about all that when I go to stage.
yeah.
You know, but while we're up there, it's our job to perform in every aspect of performing. And so that's what we try to do.
Speaking of atmosphere, man, like, we were told that before we played a show in New Orleans. Not New Orleans, sorry, not New Orleans, Shreveport. We played that show in the Shen Fest, and there was a bunch of death metal bands, and they were told, like, bro, you guys can like the atmosphere, the whole room, the atmosphere just changed.
Everybody told us that.
Wow.
Okay, I'm like, I'm glad, because that's exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Well, I think I was there playing with Psychiatric.
You were there that night,
It
yeah.
was like hypnotizing because I don't know if I'd seen y'all before that. Maybe at Reno's before, but even when I'm playing the songs now, I start to like become hypnotized in the songs that I'm playing.
Yeah, it's really
It's
nice.
trance for sure.
Yeah, because for me, that's what I'm there for. Yeah, I'll do a lot of drinking, but like I'm there for the music, and so just having that and not have anything else, it's nice, you know.
You're not
It's
gonna get that tonight.
well, I know,
I'm
but
gonna make a dick joke.
and going off that, you know, a lot of bands, you know, they have a lot of energy and stuff on stage, and sometimes it's just nice just to, you know, kind of sit
Settle
back,
down.
you know, just be
taken
enjoy
away.
it, you know.
Yeah, like a show.
Yeah.
It's kind of like what Maynard tries to go for, but he's a dick, so it never works for him. I'm sorry. Tool, you're not welcome on the podcast now. Fuck it. Okay, actually, I do want to get into the one question we have. It's from Joseph. It is for Steven.
That's all I know.
Okay, I don't understand this question. I've been cracking up at it all day. So how do you like to pal around?
I love palling around.
What the fuck is this?
So Joseph, for some reason, he started calling when Joseph and I all hang out. He called it palling around.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we're all pals.
Yeah.
So I love palling around.
It's like when you guys go out to eat or go to the clubhouse,
Yeah.
it's palling around.
Yeah. Do anything, go to shows, anything, it's palling around.
It's just so. It's just such a casual like inside joke, I guess. Holy shit! I always think like, what the fuck does this mean? Like, what deep meaning does this have? And it's just like, oh, it's just us hanging out. Well, at least it makes more sense than old school. Which I'm glad that's catching on, because we've been saying, because we were saying that shit last night, some fans were saying that shit last night, and like people were cracking up at it. And at the Jungle Rod show, when Destruction played with Jungle Rod and Warbringer and EV opened up for him, Jungle Rod never stopped saying old school.
Yeah, they won't.
Yeah, they won't. And like, and for some reason, people started looking at me and like, did you do this? Like, I don't know, dude. I didn't do this. This is not me. But everyone started laughing because it reminded them of the Asylum episode. Which, please let's keep old school alive. Like I feel like the term and like the actual old school music, but like please that term, because that's probably the only thing I'll be famous for after Squadron Fells. Oh shit. I'm not trying to be cynical. So we do have. We're not going to be able to pile up in the school archery headquarters and bust out a song since Patrick is not here. But we do have video of the vintage, I guess, 2 songs on it. Yeah, at Annie's Bar when y'all played with Black Avon, which was their debut show, and they brought hardcore dancers with them. I cried.
Obsidian and I saw him.
Yeah.
And
That was a badass show.
That was a really good show.
Annie's is really cool.
Yeah.
I would like to go to Annie's.
Drinks for
really
some of
cheap
it.
too.
Yeah, the drinks are super cheap.
They're really fucking strong.
I was like,
I was like, I want a Long Island iced tea. He's like, all right, man, $4, and he hands it to him like,
It's all liquor.
holy fuck.
I'll give you a tip about Long Island iced teas. As bartenders, and if you don't tip us well making those, we hate that shit. So, tip bartender.
No, trust me, I tip all the fucking time.
I know.
I always do like a 30% tip on mine, just because I stopped doing Long Islands because of that.
I'm starting to regret my like last night. I was like Long Island, and Justin's like, you know, those things are gonna fuck you up in the morning, right? I'm like, yeah, this will be my only one, I promise.
No. Was it?
Yeah, it was my only one.
Oh, okay. Wow.
And he had
first time for everything.
That's why he's here today.
Yeah, that's why
And not knocked out unconscious in this room.
Yeah,
But
Justin told me that you probably wouldn't be here.
Yeah. I only had 4 drinks last night.
But I understand a shit ton of beer, so I get drunk now. But anyway, so we in that video we're gonna play the second song.
Okay.
I don't know. I forgot what the name of that was.
I think it's Levyon.
What's
second
the
song
last song?
on the live show we did in Denver.
Yeah. It was like a 9-minute video, and
I mean, if
the video.
we can listen to it, we can figure it out.
well, no, but I was asking because
video
it was,
Aaron shot?
Yeah.
yeah, because I wanted to get background on that song.
Oh,
Just,
gotcha.
like background on it, like with lyrics or about, etc.
Okay. So you guys don't
I know.
either.
I know.
No, I think it is
the
live at the end.
recording.
If it's that 9-minute video.
Oh, right at the end? Oh, okay. Yeah, Light at the End was actually the first song I heard.
That's probably one of my favorites.
That's just Light at the End is sort of like, the lyrics are just sort of like, I guess they're kind of fantasy. It's kind of like the perception of what one would imagine transcending from the physical world, like dying, into the next level. So it has a lot of hallucination in there, what some people believe they will come to see. They're going to see a cathedral in the distance, like a throne next to a divine. Some people think it's like heavenly. And it's like death is just there waiting for you to, for all your cells to freeze until you're done so he can take you to whatever is next. So it's kind of a mystery, know,
That's
what
great.
the afterlife is, and
Yeah.
kind of hopes being kind of crushed in a sense, or what people hope for.
Jesus, that's brutal. That's true cult.
Or it could be about DMT.
That's another thing too. So it's like you can interpret it your own way because it is, you know, hallucinations, DMT,
Yeah.
body. And,
That's hilarious.
you know, pretty much what you believe may manifest. So
So would you guys like to promote any upcoming shows that you guys have upcoming? That's the worst way of wording it. Fuck my life.
The only thing we have on the books right now is June 19th
Yeah.
with our good buddies and bar guests from Louisiana.
Oh yeah.
It's a Monday show, but it's gonna rule.
It's my birthday too.
Oh hell yeah.
Birthday shots!
Buddy's birthday bash.
Wait, July 19th?
June.
Oh, June. I was about to say, I was like, July? Fuck, that's like my brother's birthday too.
Damn.
June 19th. So if you're not doing anything on Monday night, put down the porno flick and come out and support your boys. And Wyrm Chasm, this has been DFW.
wait. One more question. I totally forgot about it. The name. Like, how did you guys come up with Wyrm Chasm?
We argued a lot
Like,
about all
it-
the names.
Wyrm Chasm, yeah. Wyrm Chasm is kind of the worm is Old English for a dragon, or you know, I guess there's certain style of dragon too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you know, the worm, the dragon or the worm is deemed to be as evil, and people are against it. You know, and then the chasm the name has two meanings. It's like a metaphorical meaning, like physically, like a.
Mm-hmm.
So like a chasm is a fault or a hole. So that's pretty much where this worm dwells, you know. And on a like philosophical ways, like the worm is like the outsider, the individual that thinks for himself, and the chasm is separating from the normal views. So it's a worm, you're creating a chasm of separation. So pretty much individuality and living for the self. So
That's
Okay.
fucking cool. Damn. That's that's probably the most intricate like description for a band I've ever heard. Like what? Like someone's like, "What's Skull Archer?" Oh, it's this guy kills people.
There's been some thought put into the band.
Yeah, no, and that's another thing that's really cool
Telling
about
a
it.
story. Telling
Yeah.
a story, or hitting like you know like I don't know. I'm starting to get into like more like songs that have like philosophical backgrounds on them. Like I don't know, maybe it's
I
just
think all of our songs are sort of philosophical.
yeah, and like that's always a great approach. So if you want to hear all this awesome shit and see some of the best atmosphere from one of the best black metal bands we have in the local scene, you come out to one of these shows. June 19th, come out. Let's have some fucking fun. I'll probably go now that I said that.
It's at Reno's.
Oh, even better.
Oh boy. I'll probably pretend that I'm sick and can't do practice for Skull Archer. Oh shit, I just said on video, we're fucked. Everyone have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. We are out of here. This has been DFW Metal Mayhem. Fucking Wyrm Chasm!